Hi students, very good evening to you. I hope you are all doing well and hope you are continuing your preparation also. And today I want to continue the analysis or explanation of the Rape of the Lock, the poem Rape of the Lock, from where we have stopped yesterday. I hope you have listened to my lecture. So please continue listening the lectures, keeping open the text of that particular poem. Okay. So let us go to the text now. Let me present my screen. Yeah, the screen is visible to you, I hope. Now, we have stopped yesterday where the canto 1 is over and now it is canto 2, and the canto 2 the beginning stanza we have seen where it is being described how the beautiful nymphs and the well-dressed youths are just rowing there or traveling on Thames, sailing on river Thames, and how Belinda is friendly with everyone, how her eyes are shining, and also uh, if at all you think that bellies means beautiful ladies have any faults, if you look at the face, he says that that will, of course, the faults will be ignored or forget. So after describing her shining eyes and how she looks at everyone, and like the sun she showers her bright smiles on everyone, that is what, and she will not fix on any one. In the here he means to say that she is of course like a coquette or can't say coquette, but a very friendly gesture. She keeps laughing to everyone. Though now and then she rejects, but without offending. Now, Pope continues to describe the physical beauty of this lady, and he says her eyes are very bright, brighter than the shining sun. And now she's wearing a cross also, a very bright cross, which will be loved by everyone. And on her white bosom, her color also is very white. That is what he stated. Now he continues, this nymph, I hope you can connect here, this Belinda, to the destruction of mankind, nourished two locks, which gracefully hung behind in equal curls and well conspired to deck with shining ringlets the smooth ivory neck. So, Pope here is describing the lock of the hair. This is very important for us because the title is also the rape of the lock. Now, he says that this nymph, this Belinda, this women, beautiful women, are decorated or arranged her hair in such a manner that it is for the destruction of the mankind. Very, very wittily and ironically, he says that to destroy the mankind, of course, she decorated her locks or arranged her locks in such a manner which are hanging behind her. Okay, in equal curls. The hair was arranged in such a manner that they are kept in equal curls. It is not natural, artificial. You can, of course, observe here. So, bringing in curls into the hair is not a modern, new practice. It was there even then. So, they like equal curls and well conspired to deck with shining ringlets. So, curling and very glittering ringlets were also arranged in the in the lock of the hair, the smooth ivory neck. So falling behind the smooth ivory means here the elephant tusk, and ivory is white in color. So the brown, because they won't have black hair like us, but they will be having a kind of like copper colored hair, blondes like that. So those hairs are very beautifully hanging behind her ivory neck, which is very white, and that brought more beauty to her already beautiful neck. Love in these labyrinths his slaves detains. And now Pope says that the lock of the hair is like a labyrinth. A labyrinth is like chikumudilu, you know that. Okay, so one wire or so many wires coming together, and if we want to divide, of course we may not be able to divide that. So these locks are like the labyrinths. Pope says that love, of course, in these labyrinths, his slaves detain. The slaves are the lovers. People who love beautiful ladies are called as slaves. And he is saying that in their beautiful locks, they will get ensnared. Okay. And mighty hearts are held in slender chains. Okay, with hairy springes we the birds betray, slight lines of hair surprise the finny prey, fair tresses man's imperial race ensnare, and beauty draws us with a single hair. So very witty with humor, and of course a bit of satire also. He is saying that the mighty hearts of men. So men are always considered to be strong. Okay, they are having more strength than women. It is considered so. So the mighty hearts here means men. They are held in slender chains, means the chains of hairs. So hair, locks of hair is considered here as slender chains. And with it is compared like the simile is given here. The birds, of course, are the bird catchers. Actually, they will use a very thin kind of net, okay, which is spread at one place, and birds, thinking that there is nothing, they come. If they just throw some seeds or etc., then they come, they try to eat, and they will get caught up in the finny, that kind of thin net that is. So hairy springes, that is what he says. Like we, the human beings, try to catch the birds, just misleading them with the light thin kind of net, and the finny prey is nothing but the bird. And the similar manner, Pope says that the imperial race is a reference to British race only, the English race, because as I told you that at that time imperialism has started very much, and colonization has also started. So here he is referring to fair tresses. That means the hair, the lock of hair of women are ensnaring, okay, getting catched those imperial men, whom he says mighty hearts, and beauty draws us with a single hair. So Pope says that, of course, the single hair is enough. And if you are impressed by that beauty, that women, her single hair is enough. And moreover, the beautiful lady has decorated her hair in a very destructive manner. That is what Pope stated. So it is for the destruction of the mankind only that she decorated her hair in that manner. Why he used that word destruction, you can easily understand. That is only to say that because of love for women, of course there may be quarrels among youth, so young men, which leads to some extent to destruction only. And the real story on which this poem is based also is one such kind of story, where the families who are good friends, good neighbors, actually have become enemies. That was for the destruction only. And so he proceeds: the adventurous baron, the bright locks admired. So there is another young man, he is baron, and he is very adventurous in spirit. So this man, immediately when he saw the lock of Belinda, the lock of hair of Belinda, is very much fascinated by that. And so he actually started admiring. He saw, he wished, and to the prize aspired. See, he saw Belinda, very beautiful, and on her back he saw her hair, which was very specially decorated and which is very nicely hanging on the back of her ivory neck. So he wished that he could possess that. So when he saw, the Baron immediately felt that I should have that lock. This is, in other words, perhaps having that lady. So here, and to the prize aspired. So he aspired means to desire, to wish to have something, and he thought that having this beautiful lady, that the beautiful lock also will be, for him. So he can own the prize, resolved to win. So this man, he resolved in his mind that somehow I should get this. He meditates the way. So when he was fixed in his mind that he should get the lock, he is meditating how to get it. Meditates the way means here a baron is meditating, is thinking how to get this prize, how to own this prize. By force to ravish, or by fraud betray. So either I have to use force, or I have to deceive, betray, cheat. Okay. This line, of course, you should remember Milton's line regarding Saturn's decision of waging war with God. He also thinks how to wage war, either by force or guile. That is what there he says in the real epic. Here also, the Baron, who is regarding like the hero or the anti-hero here, he says that how to, when once he is fixed in his mind, he is thinking how to get that, by force or by fraud. For when success a lover's toil attends, few ask if fraud or force attained his ends. See, Pope says that when someone is victorious in love, okay, lovers toil attends. So, of course, lovers toil very much, work hard very much to gain success, to possess the women. They say this women, of course, here if we go to the deeper analysis, we may consider it as objectifying women also, but I'm not going to that kind of analysis now. But it is simply to say, Pope is saying that when lovers get success, people will look at the success only, but not the way how the success was achieved or attained. That is what he says. For when success a lover's toil attends, when lovers get after much hard work the success, few ask. Nobody will ask how you get it. people will congratulate on the success, but they will never ask how could you do that, how are you successful in your love, etc. If fraud or force attained his ends, so nobody will ask whether you got it or whether you were successful in your love by fraud or by force. So in this stanza is the wish of the baron. So the previous stanza is the description of the beautiful lock of hair of Belinda, and for what purpose it was decorated like that, and how and the previous stanza in the to the closing lines, that means say last 6 or 7 lines, it is like how mighty hearts are being ensnared by the weaklings like women. So how powerful love is, and in the name of love, how mighty hearts, they means strong men also go and get ensnared in the traps, like in the traps laid for them perhaps by women. So here it is very, very clear that love is like a trap that is for especially for men, young men, okay, in those days rich men actually. So that paragraph is that, and now sorry, that stanza, and now this stanza is the wish of baron. So he strongly wished, after looking at Belinda's lock of hair, he strongly wished that he should have that. And for this, so after he decided, the baron decided to have the lock of hair. For this, ere Phoebus' race, he had implored propitious heaven and every power adored. So, to have the gift that he wished for, Baron woke up before the sun, ere before Phoebus is sun. Before the sunrise itself, he woke up and he prayed the divine heaven and all gods and goddesses. He started adoring so that his wish should be fulfilled. It is like the human nature. Naturally, when we wish something, you all know how we pray. Okay, how we pray. When we wish, of course, we pray to God that your wish or our wish should be fulfilled. In the similar manner, Baron also, when he wished, he woke up in the early morning before the sun itself, and then he started praying every power, but chiefly love. So, because this is a matter of love, he adored the goddess of love very much. To love an altar built. So, how he adored, how he worshipped the goddess of love, that is being described now. He says, to love an altar built. He built an altar to the goddess of love. That is what. So the altar, altar is Balipeetam. Okay, this is for God. When we worship God, we usually build altars, build, a high platform for worshipping God. Especially this is the Christian culture. And Baron also, because his wish is getting fulfilled, his love, and to possess that lock, or in other words, that women, the chief goddess for his purpose is goddess of love, that is Venus, and so he built an altar. So that altar is not like an altar that is built with, say, brick or cement, etc., or rocks, etc. But with what he built, see in the following lines, of 12 vast French romances. French romances are novels, actually, or novellas, okay? So he took the novels filled with love stories, okay, French romances, love stories. He took 12 of them, neatly gilt. They are very much decorated. There lay three garters, okay, some kind of friendship bands, etc. Half a pair of gloves, and all the trophies. Wearing gloves was fashionable in those days, even for men, and all the trophies of his former loves. So formerly, he's this is very ironical. It is not the that first for the first time Baron is loving. Okay, he also having former loves. Many of them have gifted him. Okay, he collected all those trophies also. With tender billet dukes, he lights the pyre. He's having love letters also. So collecting the French romances, that means novels, garters, gloves, trophies, and all. He made an altar of all these things, arranging them like a flat form. And now that is being burnt with a billet dukes, that means with a love letter, and breathes three amorous sighs to raise the fire. Now how he lit the pile, so that the burnt offering, it is like a burnt offering to the god. In the Old Testament we have this tradition of giving burnt offerings to gods. So here Baron also arranged such a kind of a burnt offering for God. Now he should lit that. But how he got the fire? Not by a matchstick or bringing some fire, etc., but his size. So niturpu. So his size are enough. His size, because it is believed that when in love, thus the as we have seen in the this in canonization, the poem canonization, where John Donne says that my sighs are not delaying the spring, etc. Okay. Yeah, I think so. So there is also a mention of how hot the sigh. So the what you say, outflow of the air. Okay, our exhale, inhale. Okay, exhale, our exhalation of air. And it is believed that when you are in love, your sighs will be very hot and burning, because love is considered to be a passion. Okay, and your heart burns with love, and your body also, and so that your exhalation also, your exhale also burns. So to lit the fire, he took a love letter and sighed on it for 3 times. And 3 times, then what happened? Then of course it got fire. Then that was put onto the pile that he arranged, so that the burnt offering rises. So as the burnt offering is burning, now what he did, and then prostrate falls, sastanga namaskara. Okay, then he lie prostrate and begs with ardent eyes, with eyes full of love and respect for the goddess of love, reverence, with ardent eyes, pleasing eyes. He is praying soon to obtain and long possess the prize. He wanted to obtain the prize, that is the lock of the hair, and wanted to possess it. And he wanted to keep that prize for him for a long time. The powers gave ear. Now, when he prayed thus, it is believed, or Pope here writes, the speaker of the poem says that the powers means the goddess. Our gods listened, gave ear here means listened to his prayer. Excuse me. And granted half his prayer. But somehow goddess granted him only half of his prayer. That means soon to obtain. He will obtain it. Whether he will possess it for a long time or not, that's a different matter here. So it is here revealed that the goddess sanctioned or granted him only half of his prayer. The rest, the winds dispersed in empty air. So, next half of his prayer, of course, is carried away by the wind, and it is such that gods or goddesses did not listen to his prayer completely. So the above stanza is the prayer of or the burnt offering of Baron to possess the lock of hair. Now it is on to the Thames. The vessel means the boat. Okay. Now secure the painted vessel glides very smoothly. The boat is sailing on the river Thames. The sunbeams trembling on the floating tides. So, as water will be floating along with the boat, sunbeams are also trembling, okay, falling on the water, while melting music steals upon the sky. There is a kind of music that is playing in the boat, and softened sounds along with the waters die. So there is the sound of the sailing boat is also that is just dying on the waters. Smooth flow the waves, the Jeffries gently plays. Smoothly, waves are moving, the boat is moving. Zephyrus is the west wind or the god of west wind. He is also very gently blowing. Belinda smiled, and all the world was gay. So, while in such a pleasant weather, okay, in such a pleasant weather, very pleasantly, the boat is gliding, and there is music, and there is pleasant sunlight, and also a pleasant west wind. With this, Belinda is also smiling, and all the world was gay. So, along with her, and all others were happy. Gay here is not the contemporary meaning, but it is happiness. All but the sylph. So everyone on the boat. In the beginning stanza of the Canto 1, we came to know who was there on the boat. Young ladies, beautiful ladies and young men. So they are all happy, enjoying the ride or the sail on the river Thames, enjoying the pleasant weather, pleasant wind, music, and smiles, okay, etc. Everyone is happy, but for the sylph. Who is this sylph? The sylph is the Ariel. Ariel is its name, and it is, as we have seen in the Canto 1, it is like the bodyguard of Belinda, invisible bodyguard. What is it doing? She is sitting, it is he, actually Ariel is personified like he, so with careful thoughts oppressed. So Ariel is very much oppressed with worried here. Careful is worried, okay, with many thoughts that worry her, because she knows that Belinda is going to be in a danger. She is going to confront a danger, or there is a risk for Belinda. So that is why she is very much worried. The impending woe sat heavy on his breast. So the impending sorrow, the impending difficulty, which he knows that it is going to happen, but what, where, how, it is not revealed by the divine Almighty. So it's very much worried and sitting with a heavy heart. Then what is it doing? He summons straight his denizens of air. he calls upon all his followers. See here, it is because this is a mock epic, we can here recollect how Saturn summons fallen angels. There it is epic, and now it is Saturn and all his fallen angels are monstrous in size, and of course infinite in number. And here also they are infinite, but they are too much visible, but here they are invisible. So here Ariel actually he summons straight his denizens of air, his army. Yeah, he called for all his army because he is worried, and with sitting with heavy heart he don't know, he doesn't know what to do, and what is the danger that is going to happen to Belinda, whether I will be able to solve that or not, save Belinda from that or not, because if single what can I do. So he called his army, the lucid squadrons round the sails repair. So the lucid means they are very transparent creatures, and they can take any form, any shape, they can be anywhere, etc. So the sail is like you know the cloth that we use in the ancient times for boats also, but ships there is terachapa. Okay, so the sail is there. So when immediately when Ariel called, all of them have come and they are sitting on the sail. Soft over the shrouds Ariel whispers, breathe. So to them Ariel of course is um, giving instructions very softly that seemed but Jeffries to the train beneath. So they are invisible to the people who are on the sail. That means on in the boat, but they are having a meeting. This is like the meeting of Saturn and fallen angels. Okay, just because epic to give you an example of epic narration and how that narration is mocked here, because Rape of the Lock is a mock epic. I am giving you a comparisons. Don't think otherwise. Okay, don't get confused. Why am I am bringing in Paradise Lost here? So because Paradise Lost is the real epic, and here it is the mock epic. Rape of the Lock is a mock epic. So that is why I am trying to recollect the instances where, of course, the epic style is followed by Pope, but in a very parody manner. Okay. So here, while Sylph and its followers or its army are having meeting, it is like just the west wind blowing, and the people beneath doesn't know that there was a meeting going on, because they are very invisible creatures. How are they sitting? Some are sitting on the sails, some to the sun their insect wings unfold, waft on the breeze, or sink in clouds of gold, transparent forms too fine for mortal sight, their fluid bodies half dissolved in light. Loose to the wind their airy garments flew, thin glittering textures of the filmy dew, dipped in the richest tincture of the skies, where light disports in every mingling ties, while every beam new transient colors flings, colors that change whenever they wave their wings. Amid the circle on the gilded mast, superior by the head, was Ariel placed. See, this the description is like the description of the fallen angels only. Okay, how, where, what they are sitting, etc. So, some to the sun their insect wings unfold. Some of the sylphs are just opening their wings and just exposing themselves to the sun. They are wafting on the breeze, or they are flying above, high into the clouds, the golden clouds. Transparent forms. They are transparent forms. They are, and too fine for mortal sight. We can't look them, or notice them with our naked eye. Okay, they are not visible. They are invisible. Their fluid bodies half dissolved in light. So their bodies are not like our bodies. They are very fluid status, not solid. Okay, fluid bodies have dissolved in light. They of course when they are in air in the light we can't even recognize. Loose to the wind, their airy garments flow. So they actually believe that they are wearing garments and they are very loose and they are flying, just floating in the air. Thin glittering textures of the filmy dew. So they are like the glittering structures of filmy dew means transparent drops of dew dipped in the richest tincture of the skies. So they sky of course will be having different colors. So they appear in all different colors as if they take a dip in the colors of the sky. Where light disports in ever mingling dyes. So in the sky, of course, light gets being disported with ever mingling eyes, while every beam new transient colors flings. So every beam in the sky, of course, brings us new transparent colors also. Colors that change whenever they wave their wings. So these sylphs are also having such kind of colors, and whenever they are waving their wings, they are changing their colors. Maybe because of their transparent nature, the colors of the sky are being reflected in their wings and bodies. They are sitting amid the circles and the gilded mast. Superior by the head was Ariel placed. So while they are sitting like that, like a leader, Ariel is sitting. So it is like Saturn. Okay. His purple pinions opening to the sun. The Ariel is having purple wings and he opened them to the sun. He raised his azure wand and thus began. See, last line also you can see how Saturn, of course, raises his wand to the fallen angels. The similar manner, Ariel also raises his wand and she started speech here. And the epic the Paradise Lost, we have seen the speeches of Saturn. Okay, the book one we have seen. So this is the epic convention. So the epic convention of including speeches, long speeches, are mocked here by giving a speech to the Ariel. So now Ariel is addressing its army. Okay. A sylphs and sylphites, to your chief give ear. See, it is commanding. So all of you listen to me. Fays, fairies, genie, elves, demons, hear. So they are the names like fallen angels. We have cherubs, seraphs, etc. Here, Ariel is addressing them as fays, fairies, genie, elves, demons. Here, so naming them, he is asking all of the sylphs to hear him. Chief, give you ear means to listen. You know the spheres and various tasks assigned. You all know what are your tasks, what is your work. So Ariel is asking them, I hope you all know what is your duty. What was the task assigned to you? By laws eternal to the Ariel kind. So who give us tasks? The tasks are given by the eternal, perhaps God here. Some in the fields of purest ether play. So some reside in the sky and bask and whiten in the blaze of day. So they, because they are there in the sky, of course they keep glittering in the white sky. Some guide the course of wandering orbs on high. Some of them will be guiding the orbits of the planets in high in the heaven. or roll the planets through the boundless sky. So it is, it is not that planets are moving on their axis on their own, but it is the sylphs who are rolling them, and just rolling the planets also through the boundless sky. Some less refined beneath the moon's pale light. So some are with celestial bodies, some less refined or with the moonlight or with the moon. Some pursue the stars that showed athwart the night. Some stars, of course, night we see that some stars, of course, shoot down to the earth. So some will be with that, or suck the mists in grosser air below. Some even are below in the mists of the air, or dip their pinions in the painted bow. So some will be there in the rainbow, painting their wings, or brew fierce tempests on the wintry main. Some, of course, will be causing tempests in the seas or during the winter time, or over the glebe distill the kindly rain. Sometimes you are the people who bring rain to the globe. Others on earth over human race preside. So others, of course, will be presiding over the human race. See how the machinery, this is called as the supernatural machinery that Pope used here. Those sylphites, fays, fairies, genii, elves, demons. They are having so many works, from the celestial bodies to the down to the human beings. So they are categorized and they are assigned with some duties. So all of them should keep on performing, or what do you call, all of them should keep on performing or doing their duties. Okay, so some are with the human race. Now Ariel is with the human race. Watch all their ways and all their actions guide. With human beings, what are you going to do? You have to watch their ways and actions, guide their actions. Of these, the chief, the care of nations own, and God with arms divine the British throne. And he says, the chief of these Ariels who are sent, or these sylphs who are sent to guard the earth, and the chief among them are having a great duty of guarding the British throne itself. So, taking the invisible creatures, how what do you say, important duties are assigned to this. Okay, and so we should not think that, as Ariel explained in the dream to Belinda, these sylphs are not only guiding or taking care of the beautiful ladies, but they have great duties of looking after the celestial bodies, and also to take care of the British throne, the empire itself. So how they will be performing their duties, and what else they will be doing with young women like Belinda, etc., we will discuss in the next class. Now I am stopping my screen. I hope you have followed whatever I have discussed. Try to listen to this lecture, keeping open the text you have in front of you. Okay, right. Have a nice time. Take care of yourselves.